Hi, so it is July 25th, I believe. Yeah, 25th, 2019. And someone asked for me to do a video on how to deal with challenges in recovery. Well, if I'm being quite honest, you can prepare for it. You can have a game plan and everything like that. But sometimes you just have to cross the bridge when you get there. I don't know if that makes any sense, but for me, really, it's been challenges that, yeah, I thought I might face, but I was like, oh no, I won't do that. That's not a bother. I can't possibly face that, or there's no way I could face that. And then soon I get faced with it, and I'm like, oh, I didn't prepare for you properly. So my thing really is to use your resources. If you are coming from treatment, talk with your therapist, talk with your dietitian. Try to set up a game plan, really. A plan A all the way through Z on how to get through stuff. Any possible challenge that you may face. I think I actually have a worksheet that I did in treatment saying like, oh, okay, what's the situation? How would you normally react with your eating disorder? And how you plan on reacting without your eating disorder. It has helped me because in stressful situations or anxiety-inducing situations, I get very panicky, and the first thing I want to run to is food, right? I want to run to food. But I doesn't even want to run away from food, which is very frustrating. But I decide, hey, I'm going to do something to get my mind off of it. I'm going to call my friend, or I'm going to crochet a blanket, or I'm going to watch YouTube videos, old vines. And it helps sometimes. Of course, there's going to be slip-ups. There's going to be challenges. Otherwise, I don't think you're doing recovery properly. If there's no struggle, there is no progress. That's a saying by Frederick Douglass. And I live by it because if there's no struggle, I'm doing something wrong. There has to be struggle and recovery. There just has to. And you're kind of like a baby learning to walk. Normally you had your walker, your eating disorder, and you took it everywhere, and you were like, this is what I depend on. Now you gotta learn how to walk. You gotta learn how to use your own 2 feet. You gotta learn how to do it by yourself. And that can be very hard, very frustrating, especially when you've held on to your eating disorder for so long. I personally, I can say that one challenge that I'm dealing with really at this moment is body image. And I asked a friend who was in treatment. She got discharged when I got discharged from treatment. And I asked her, when do you finally stop being disgusted with what you see in the mirror and be able to take pictures and not cringe when you look at them and not cry when you see a number on the scale? And she said, sometimes you just gotta cry and you just gotta let it out because it's gonna happen. And you need to really, accept that it's gonna happen. Hey, recovery is not easy. But if it was easy, everyone can do it. But it's not always easy. And it's going to suck. It really is going to suck. I can't tell you how many times I've cried looking at myself or facing food. I hate it. But I know if I want to do stuff in life, I gotta. And I think of it like this. The table, the plate in front of me, with food on it, of course, is my battlefield. And I'm going into battle. And I need to figure out how to beat this battle. And sometimes, the food may win. But other times I win. Because I walk away from that table and I finish my food. And I go about my day. Even though I still try to ignore that I ate something. I'm like, hey, that's nutrients that I just put in my body. So I guess I kind of need that. One thing that really helps is when I was in treatment, we did claiming and honoring. We claimed before our meal. We would claim our food groups. So, for instance, I have a bread, I have a meat, I have a fat, and I have a veg, and I have a fruit. Did I say dairy? I think, yeah. I have a dairy too. And except for breakfast, we don't have veg, but for the things we have, stuff or whatever. And we would say, I claim my, let's say, bread for bread, my milk for dairy, my cottage cheese for meat, my butter for fat, and my apples for fruit. And that would be breakfast. And then lunch would be that plus the veg. So it'd be my broccoli for veg. And then at dinner, we didn't have a dairy, and we just claimed all that. And at the end of each meal, we would say, I honor my bread for energy, my butter for long life, my cottage cheese for protein, if I had broccoli, my broccoli for keratin, my, did I say them already? Did I say all of it already? I'm sorry. But you get the gist of it. It just reminds you that, hey, this food is good for something. I'm not just eating it just to eat it. I'm eating it so I can do all these things. So I can have all these things. There's a lot of benefits that come with eating this food. And if you want to know more about it, I'll be happy to tell you about it. And tell you how to do it and show you. It helps a lot. It helps a lot. Because after most of the time I feel like shit after eating. But then when I honor, I'm like, okay, it was worth it. It was worth it. Recovery is an ongoing journey, and I think that eventually it does get easier to manage your eating disorder. In my eyes, our eating disorders just don't disappear into thin air, They just get easier to manage in time. And you can live life without your eating disorder. You can. It's kind of like a messy roommate, A messy roommate has clothes all over the floor, the bathroom's dirty, and everything like that. And once in a while, you need to help clean up. And one day, you will be able to hear an eating disorder thought saying, oh, you should restrict, or you should binge, or you should purge, or you need to lose weight. And you can say, I acknowledge you, but I'm moving on. Not have to instantly react and be like, oh, wow, I should really be doing this. Oh, yeah, I really need to. Wow, I didn't know I need to. One day you'll be able to say thanks, but no thanks. I don't need you. I'm fine. Because the scale weighs your weight, not your worth. It doesn't weigh how smart you are, or how intelligent you are, or how beautiful, pretty, handsome, gorgeous, amazing you are. It doesn't. That's one thing that scales can't do. Scales can tell you how much gravity's pushing on you, but scales can't tell you how great you are. And I know that's hard because a lot of the times, I can speak for myself, I define myself by the number on the scale. And I normally say I'm a failure and I can't even lose weight. The thing is, do I need to lose weight? My eating disorder says that I should, that I need to. That's not what my doctors say. That's not what my body says. My body says, hey, I'm chilling, you know? I'm fine where I am. And it takes a while to actually think like that. It's gonna suck. It's gonna suck. Prepare for it. Prepare for it. It will suck. But it's worth it. It's like climbing a mountain, right? When you're climbing a mountain, it's like Mount Everest or something. And you're climbing, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm so tired. I'm just gonna go back down. But then you decide you keep pushing. You keep trudging up that mountain until you reach the top. And you look down. And you look at the view and you're like, wow, this is beautiful. And then you look down. When you look down, you're like, I did all that work. I did it. I didn't give up and go back down. I didn't do that. And now I can see this beautiful view. I can see how beautiful my life can be. Going back down, you'll never get to see it. Recovery is worth it. It's hard, but it's worth it. I can't stress that enough. It's gonna be really difficult. I'm sorry, my dad's sawing outside, and I don't know why he decided to right now, but sorry. But recovery's worth it, guys. I can't stress it enough. I want to do things in life. I can't do it if I live my head over a toilet. I can't do it. I can't do it if I'm so wrapped up in my own mind that I can't see what's going on around me. I can't focus on my future if I'm focused on the plate in front of me. I can't count the accomplishments that I've made if I'm counting calories. It's worth it. You gotta believe it. And I know it's like, oh, how is this possible? Oh, this isn't. What are they talking about? This isn't. No. Sometimes you tell yourself enough times, you'll start to believe it. That's kind of what I had to do. And I believe it. There are some days where I'm like, fuck this, I can't do it. But I know in the end it'll be worth it. Because then after all that struggle, I made progress. And I'm there. You know? I would always try to find ways to still live with my eating disorder and, make excuses for it. I can't. That's not living. It's a slow suicide. And it's not it just, I would hate to see anyone give up because it's too hard. Because yeah, it's gonna be hard. It's fucking shitty. It's really shitty. But you got this. You got this. Yeah, it's gonna be hard. Yeah, there's gonna be challenges. But you got this. You got this. I can't stress enough. I believe in you guys. I believe in myself. Not all the times, but I try to. And the eating disorder is powerful, and it's mean, and it's scary. It's like a toxic relationship. It treats you so nicely, but then, you realize that, hey, this eating disorder has other plans for me. Not for me to flourish or to make me feel good. I don't know if this video was helpful at all. I just can't stress enough that it's worth it. It's shitty, but it's worth it. It really is worth it. I can't stress enough. And I'm doing alright. Of course there's struggle. That's expected. But I'm making through. I'll live. I'll survive. I know that even though the tunnel looks so dark, if you keep going, you'll see a light. It may be very dim, but you'll see a light. And keep fighting, guys. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. I'm sorry. But yeah. Just know if nobody else supports you, I do. No matter what. And I believe in you. And I know you can do this. It's gonna be hard, but you can do this. I know you can. So, I'm gonna go. Because I have a lot of things to do. But you guys are important. Yeah, that's pretty much all I got for today. Let me know if you want me to talk about other stuff. And if there's any advice, any tips that you guys would like. And, if there's any videos, I'm an open book. As long as you're willing to open the book, I'm an open book. So, yeah, and I'll be willing to help you guys the best I can. Reach out to me. My socials are, my Twitter, if you guys didn't see it, it is recovery pixie 00. That's my Twitter. No capitals, no spaces, no dots or lines or whatever. And then my Instagram is distorted pixie, I believe. distorted.pixie. You can message me on there. I will answer. I'm not doing anything most of the time. But I'll answer. And I'm willing to talk. I'm willing to do anything I can to help you guys. I want to see you flourish. So, I will catch you guys later. Bye.